All right, I am back. I am back. All right, as promised, I said I was going to come back on here around, what was it? 10:30. So I'm back and I am going to share my screen. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Can y'all see? Can you see me? All right, y'all. So I'm going to have to do something different because I have to see what I'm doing. Let me turn this down. I got to be able to know what are y'all saying and all that good stuff. So yes, just got to get it done. Okay, I can see comments. Very good. Okay, we are good. Y'all, my daughter is in the kitchen making pancakes. So if the smoke alarm goes off, anyway, turn the heat down, man. Okay. Let's see. I'm just about to say, Lord, I don't want. Okay. All right. Let's talk about it, y'all. Revenue generating activities. Okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be amazing. This is what we're supposed to talk about earlier today, but um did not get to it. But I want to come back because I promised myself I wanted to like really discuss strategy with a lot of you. And focus on like what it takes to actually drive growth in your business. And these are just some of the things that we talk about that I have talked about in the matriarch. So I'm definitely going to give you, I'm not going to give you everything that we talk about in the matriarch because I do believe that there is some deeper things that we have to discuss with our businesses, but I will give you kind of a growth framework that you can kind of dig from. And it gives you kind of more of a surface level knowledge and then some of the deeper concepts that we go through to definitely get deeper on your business in the matriarch. Okay. So as you can see, the link is here. I'm going to pin my comment down below. So if you guys need resources, if you look at my last live that I did today, we talked about a lot of different things. We talked about religion, spirituality, and things like that. And it was a really rich conversation. So it will behoove you to go back and watch later today. If you have the space and the time. But it was so good. And I got off track, but we're back because I promised I would do this. So let's just talk about high value activities. Okay. We got to talk about it, y'all. We're going to be using a lot of this whiteboard today. So, high value activities every day. What are you doing to get to the goal? Okay. So, when we think about high value activities, revenue producing activities, or revenue generating activities, which is what we're talking about today on this particular live, is the operation that drives growth. Okay. It produces income. So, you're going from your business model, you're going from zero to you're going to a sale. Okay, you have to make sales. Okay, and a lot of y'all don't realize that what you do every single day counts. Is either going to work against you or is going to work for you. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you understand that even today, If you don't do anything towards the goal today, you are asking for zero sales later. And I don't care if you call it taking a break. I don't care if you call it, I'm going on a hiatus and I'm going in. I don't care. If you do nothing today, you get nothing in the future. Okay. So when we think about high value activities or revenue generating activities, because everybody wants to talk about high value men, high value women, but don't nobody talk about a high value life. And I got a problem with that. And if you're going to have a business based in value, then you need high value activities to get to where you're trying to go. Because if I want to have value life, then it starts with how I do life during the day. Okay. So you got desire. Oh, Jay, I just want to make this. Okay. So you start off with desire. Okay. Everybody starts out with what they want to make at the end of the month, what they desire to do and to see at the end of the month for their businesses. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Business coach here. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Coach Jay. I specialize in transformational leadership and mindset for women who are small business owners that desire to grow and scale an online education business. So basically taking their digital assets and turning into a lucrative business. Okay. So I'm here to talk about high value activities, just to give you guys a surface level look of what you need to be doing every single day, because we all know that women tend to avoid problems. We tend to avoid conflict. In fact, I just got to talk to my daughter about that, and she was like, I don't like problems. Well, you're going to have to solve them here, hey, baby. You got to do that. Okay. And we've got to be okay with solving problems. That's how we make money in our businesses. Okay. You got to solve rich people problems or poor people problems. It's up to you, but you got to solve problems. All right. So desire, you start off with I want, right? I want to make, if you're in between, 10 and 30K, most of y'all up in here. Okay, 10 30K a month. Okay, so desire requires what? It requires action. In order to see it on a consistent basis, you've got to get, to the result. Period. I don't care how much you love God. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care how many times you go to revival. I don't care how many times you recite your mantras and manifest and all of that. You've got to get to the result. Okay. But in between here and here requires action. And that's where I don't see a whole lot of stuff going on right here. Because where are you right here? Okay. The high value life. Look, I'm going to put it here too. Because I'm about over y'all talking about how much y'all ready to change your life, but you don't have none of this going on. Okay. I don't see none of that going on. Where is that? Where is the action? I don't see it. Okay. Let me do this. Let me see this. Let me see. Let me see. And y'all, I want y'all to understand this too, is that, y'all, we tend to do things without really understanding what we're doing. And I need y'all to like, why are you in business? Right. So every day, if I say that the goal is, let me go back to my little writing tool, is, I want to make 15K, right? I want to make 15K this month. That's going to you're going to have to do something about that. Okay. And I understand manifesting and all that kind of stuff. I understand that. I want you to do as much as possible when it comes to manifestation, but it's still going to have some inspired action. Okay. What you do between, and I'm going to go here because I'm going to mess with some of y'all. 4:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. matters. You see what I said, right? I said what I said. I said 4:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. What you do in between matters. You need a morning routine, right? You need a morning routine. What are you doing to start off the day? What are you doing? Are you praying in the morning? Are you exercising in the morning? Are you stretching in the morning? Are you reading over your calendar? Are you looking at your goals? Are you paying attention to what you said 6 months ago at the vision board party that you just had to go to? What are you doing in the morning? How are you setting off your day? Are you doing morning pages? Are you journaling? What are you doing during the day to make sure that around 7, 8, 9 o'clock that evening that you can go to bed and say, I've at least started off right? So between 4:30 in the morning and let's say, I'm just going to throw out a time, right? So between 7 a.m. or let me see, 7 a.m. and let's say 10, right? So 7 a.m. to 10. What are you doing? If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Let me know who's here. I need to know what are y'all doing between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. or what you should be doing. Do you know what you should be doing? With respect to that some of y'all probably have children to drop off. You probably got, you got to drop off your babies at school and all those other stuff. But between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., what are you doing in between this time? You should be doing sales. This should be the first activity of the day. Everybody know this? Give me some hearts if you understand. Sales is always first. Yes, morning routine, but at some level, you got to get to the money. Money comes first, always. Money comes first, always. Money. Money is always first. I know. Because you want this, but you're not willing to do what it takes to get here. But that's gonna cost you something. I asked y'all, I said by noon. 100 new connects. Meta, what is she doing? I told y'all 100 by 12 between here and here. You need 100 new connections. Why do y'all fight this though? I need to know. I need to know in the comments. Why do we fight that? your wealth is going to come to you by way of a human. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Or y'all just, humans control that part. It could be emotional, it can be spiritual, it can be, but it's got to come through a channel. But y'all fight this like real bad. They said I don't believe it can be achieved, or people tend to believe that it can't be achieved. But see, this is the thing about entrepreneurship. It's the thing about building a business. You don't know if this is going to work. No, you don't know. No, you don't know. But you have to also understand that your business is translated not by your spirituality per se, it's translated to you by way of numbers. Your business shows you how healthy it is by way of how much you are generating every single month. Because in order to create income, you got to first create sales. You won't see income until you see revenue. Revenue always comes first. That's why a lot of y'all don't even see your business take fruition like you wanted to, because you're not even looking at this part. You ain't even looking at sales. You're looking at everybody else's stuff. You're looking at motivation speaking, and you're looking at, I'm just going to listen to podcasts all day and just take notes. That is not what you need to be doing. You need to be focused on getting to the money. Okay. That's period, point blank. And I don't care how you feel about it. By noon, I would strongly recommend that you make connections by noon. You need to be able to put seeds. It's seed sowing. That's principle. It's law. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Are y'all here? Is anybody here? You taking notes? Are you getting your life? Are you present? So after that, so around 12, you need to be kind of looking like, okay, I got some momentum, right? If you want to go live or create content around, let's say, 12:30, 12:30, you could, create long form content or create some short form content. I don't know where I got this from. Long form content, okay? And then short form content, okay? So 12:30, let's say between 12:30 and 1:30, and you're doing some posting, like posts or whatever, you can do that too. But then around, let's say between, you're going to get the kids, get dinner or whatever, and then between 5 and 7, you're doing some engagement and then responses. Don't statistically, more sales are done in the evening, in the night. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Sales are usually closed at night, especially when it comes down to B2C. Because, and when I say B2C, that means business to consumer. Because a lot of times people don't want to go to work the next day, or they think about their life at night, and they go ahead and seal the deal. They go ahead and sign the stuff. It's easier to get people at night than it is to get people during the day, because they're, all over the place. They're working, they're thinking about trying to pay their bills and performing for systems and performing for corporate, whatever. But at nighttime is usually when you see people go ahead and just pay invoices, which is fine. And we love that, right? Or early in the morning. Early in the morning is also a second time that you see sales drop at that point too. And I have said this before on a live, on several lives, but you need to make time. Like, you need to make time. And for those of you who just don't want to make time, then you're just going to sit right here at desire. This is why people avoid money conversations, and why they avoid results-oriented conversations, is because they know that right here is there, they cannot act. Also, what we see a lot when it comes down to revenue generating activities, we tend to see people who do a lot of research. They ask a lot of questions. They ask, they wait too long. Just action, right? Act. That's it. That's all I want you to do is act. Acting is also sowing seeds. That's it. A seed, look, this is my version of a seed. It has to, there's a tree. The seed becomes a tree. 100 connections a day can result in, 65K months if you just understand that between, this is good right here. Y'all, are y'all enjoying this? Are y'all enjoying this? So when there's a seed, okay, I plant a seed. I plant the seed. I plant the seed, right? And then I have to have, I gotta have, sun. I gotta have rain. I gotta have all these things before I can see this. So this is the part that y'all nervous about. You ain't looking at this. You ain't looking at that part. And I'm gonna understand because you got the ground too. So you got to think about good ground. So the good ground is belief. This is good. I don't care what y'all say. This is belief. The ground is belief. It's got to be sown in good ground. Every seed that you sow got to be sown in good ground. That means I believe in what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm clear. I'm clear about what I desire because the seeds have, because I know principles of agriculture. The principle of agriculture is that when I plant seeds and I trust, here we go. I trust, this is trust right here. I trust. Because I can't control this part. I can't control if people are going to buy from me. I can't control if someone is going to pay for my program. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is going to work for me. But this is not my issue. I can't control this part. And this is where a lot of y'all fall off. You go back to corporate because you don't see it's a process. It's a sprout process. Let me start. Look, let me start over. We see that a little bit, and then we see, oh yeah, it ain't come. We even trying to stick around to see, what it could totally look like. We're not looking at that. We're not looking at the stages of evolution. We don't even stick around to see the growth. If we don't see it do this in 2 weeks, or see this in a week, or see this in 30 days, we out. Like I can't coach. I don't have this kind. I don't have time. We see this and immediately think somebody's supposed to buy. No, this is just sprouting. This is just a sprout. Okay, you got a little leaf coming up here. That's it. Like, But we don't see that this is momentum. That's your sign that you're on the right track. Did y'all know that? Momentum is, I need you to write that down in your journal, write that down on your paper. Momentum means you're on the right track. Momentum comes in the form of, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I enjoyed this session today, or I enjoyed your live today. This was great. When I get the money, I'm going to come to you, or when I get, whatever they make up. But it's showing you that something is on the way. You're on the right track. You're quitting too early. You got 1,000 questions before you step out and do anything. The reason why is because trusting is a woman's greatest mountain to climb over. A lot of women do not naturally trust until you give them surety. Did you hear what I said? Surety is this. Surety is the tree. You can't just get to the tree, baby. And then there's a divine aspect to this. There's a divine formula that a lot of women do not realize. Like, you're trying to do everything through, I'm trying to do it like how they told me to do it. But there is a surety that has to come from this. But the surety is knowing how this works. I have to get trusting of myself and knowing that the divine has my back and will honor what I'm doing, because my only job is to stay just like this. This is the seed. I can only do that. That's the only thing I can control is this. I can only control the seeds. So if I'm doing, let's go there. If I'm doing 100 new connections a day, because a lot of times we need so much validation. Oh, I'm looking over it, or I'm just making sure. I need to go back and look at my paycheck, and let me go ask somebody, what do they think? Right here, 100. Those are all seeds. I can't control anything. You're going to get responses. You're going to get responses. You may not get 100 responses per day back, but it's because it's a numbers game. So if I'm doing 100 a day, okay, by noon, I mean, come on, y'all, that's 50 responses. I mean, 500, I'm saying 50, Lord have mercy, 50, 500 responses if you're doing it 5 days a week. Okay, out of that 500, let's say, 100 responses come back to you. That's what, 20%, something like that. So if that is the case, 100 responses can either be a yes or a no. Okay, you're gonna have some ghosting, you're gonna have some people. So if I got 50 people interested, okay, that's 50% of the yeses. If I got 50 yeses, then that takes me where? That takes me to a pre-qual process, right? Pre-qual means to make sure that they are a fit for the outcome. They're fit for the offer. This if you're running a program. Okay, so if that is the case, 50 say, yes, I'm in. I would love to know more. I would love to know more. So 50 people get a hold of the content of your offer, right? They're looking at your landing page or looking at, the pricing, and they're like, okay, out of that 50, and I'm talking about per month, okay? I'm looking at it from a monthly basis. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I'm looking at it from a weekly basis because we just said, 500 responses in a week, 5 days a week is could total up to 100 responses. Out of the responses, you get 50 yeses and the rest no, which is actually good. Okay. But the 50 that said yes to you, now you have to vet them even further to see if they are going to work out. So after the 50, you pre-qual them. And let's say out of the 50, 3 pay. Okay. I'm giving out some hypotheticals here. If I got 3 people and I got an offer, let's say for 5K, okay, what just happened? What just happened, people? Look at that. I just made 15,000 in sales or cash in a week. Did you see what I just did? Did you see what I just did? So I can change my life if I want to change my life. Now, this is 6% conversion rate, right? Which is actually not that bad. So let's just, I don't know, let's play with something else. Let's do something else. Let's do something else. Because I really I'm trying to get y'all to understand, like, this is all numbers. It's all numbers. It's all about numbers. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's focus on now let's say basically when you break it down like that, yeah, it makes sense. Exactly. Because it's numbers. It's all numbers. Okay. You just got to make sure you have the right offer, right? And that you have the right client avatar and just a clear strategy. Okay. Right offer, right client avatar, and a clear strategy. Let's say you want to do master classes. Okay. So let's say you want to do a master class or a challenge or whatever, but I'm going to say here a master class. Okay. You want to get people into a master class so that you can promote your offer. Okay. Better get her. Let's see here. Masterclass to an offer. Okay. So you have like maybe a lead magnet or something like that to guide people to register for the masterclass. From the masterclass, you move people into an offer. You have to sell on your masterclasses. Okay. So that's just FYI. So if my offer is let's say I'm going to say, 8K. Okay. Now you're probably looking at that and saying, girl, ain't nobody got no 8K. Yes, they do. You just need to communicate the offer. Okay. You need to communicate. If you have not seen my recent post, I just congratulated my client. Some of y'all saw it on the last live where she was able to convert someone into her signature program. We had just raised her pricing of her program to $5,000. She was nervous. She was scared. She was like, Jay, who is going to pay this? Like, oh my gosh. I told her, you need to go back and look at all your testimonials, look at all your people, and know that your ideal client can't afford this. If she can afford surgery, she can afford this. Okay. Like, she's not, you know, she's okay. And somebody paid today while we was on live. Somebody paid, like, pay for $5,000. Like, $5,000 is actually, that you got to understand value. Value-based business models gets you to the wealth faster than hourly rates. Okay. Like, digital courses are fine. I get it. People want to do digital courses. It's great. I sell digital courses. But the reason why I don't like harbor over digital courses is because digital courses is a cash flow, but it helps people to get to a certain state. I don't know if Zoe's on here, my little Aquarius, my matriarch, my baby. I call her the baby matriarch. She's the youngest client I have. She came by way of courses. I don't do sales calls. Like, people be asking me, I need to schedule a call with you. No, I don't do calls. You know why? Because my message is going to tell you what you need. My messaging is going to let you know how we serve our clients and if you fit in that. If you're not ready to move forward, don't move forward. When people come and ask me, oh, do you think I should, do you think this program work for me? I don't know. Will it? I can't answer that question. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know how audacious you are. I don't know how bad you want it. Because some people will say they want it and then they really don't, because it requires what? Action. Okay. So 8K. And if I want to do, people, that's why I don't subscribe to inflation and recessions, because people are going to pay whatever they're going to pay per the value. The value has to be clearly articulated. Okay. It has to be articulated to make the client understand the end game. Amen, somebody. Okay. So I say, I want to make, I'm going to say 40,000. Okay. So 40,000. I want to make 40 KJ. So I only have to get 5 clients. Okay. I only have to get 5 clients. So let's say your conversion rate is, I'm going to say 5%. Most standard is between 3 and 5%, but because you're so good at what you do, we're going to raise up to 5% on a conversion rate. Okay. So let's say we want to for the masterclass, we want to see people come in at a higher level and to get people to sign in, and we want a 50% registration rate. Okay. We want to see registration rates at 50%. Okay. Once we do that, we can have a show up rate of, and these are people that go and register to, sign up for your masterclass. But the show up rate, let's say we want to look at, I would say 30 to 40%, but I'm going to do 30 so we can be conservative to show up. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, with that being said, okay, you need 100 people. You need 100 people. And this is the thing. You need 100 people to come and show up. Right? You need 100 people to show up so that you can meet this 5. That's how close you want, or you want to get really good at articulating the value. Okay. So if that is the case, 100 people, but I got to have at least how many people? to register. Y'all following me? I'm getting on, let me see on the live. You have 200 people to register at some level. Okay. So you need 100 people to show up. Like you really, really want that. You really, really want that. And I know this sounds really crazy, but you need people that are going to show up. That's why I say like 30 to 40% or 50% show up rate out of the 50% that come onto your landing page. Like the more people that you can get to show up, the more sales you can make. Like registration is fine. Like registration is great. I want you to have people that's going to register, but it doesn't mean hill of beans if you don't have nobody that's going to show up to the class. Okay. You got to have people that's going to show up. Y'all there? Y'all following me? And Courtney, Courtney said I can do math. Okay. So if I want 200 people to sign up, I got to reach out to people. I got to reach out to people, y'all. And that is the part where you're going to have to get as many people in. You got to get people into into the DMs and get them in emails, and in that way you can move them into registration. Okay. We just throwing out some numbers. Courtney, she said need 334 to register. That would be a great number to do. Yes. But I'm just giving you some like some surface level numbers. Like you want to be able to move people into spaces where they are going to register and they're going to register and then show up. So, and Courtney, these are not like, it depends on a lot of different factors, which is why I just threw out some numbers, right? I threw out numbers because we haven't taken consideration um the offer, the desired rates, the conversion rates that you already have, your messaging and all the good stuff. And then how many people you're actually reaching out to get into your registration. So it's so many. Yeah, and that's okay. No, Courtney, that's fine. Yeah, that's completely fine. She said I'm just doing the math based on the percentages. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely on the percentages based on this, that's fine. I was just, kind of for the sake of time, trying to hurry up and get us to understand just the number part of it. We're just looking at the actions. We're looking at what it takes to see something on the other side. Okay. Now, obviously, I do a lot of the in-depth work with my clients, but I wanted y'all to just understand that numbers speak back to you. Okay. So there will be times where you may have people that don't sign up. You may have people that don't sign up at all, that don't enroll in anything at all, which means that you probably need to fix your messaging and then increase your output. So, but what do you do every single day in order to make sure and ensure that you're meeting the needs? From 6 a.m. I'm just look the time going early and early, like Jay, really? 10 a.m. What does that look like? you know to podcast. I don't know what that looks like for you. It's up to you. From 11 to 12. or, you know, creating content. Creating content and then responding, you know, to over here, responding to emails. But what you do all day matters. And you adjust the times, right? You adjust the times according to your goal. Adjust times to your goals. You know, there may be some late nights and some early mornings that you're going to have to invest in. Is this good? Are y'all motivated? Y'all excited? Right? Adjust times according to your goals. If you have gotten to, today is what? It says, you know, it's May 19th. Okay. May 19th. And your goal for May was, you know, let's say 20K month. I don't know, just throwing out. But you're in May 19th and you only made, you know, 3K in cash. Okay, so what are you going to do between the 20th and the 31st? What does that look like? What does that look like for you? Do you give up? Do you say, I don't want to do this? What do you do? What's the remedy? What is the remedy? Put in the chat, like, what's the remedy to your situation, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to close the gap right here. You got to close the gap. How are you going to adjust your activities? How are you going to do that? High value activities. There has to be some adjustments in how you spend your day. It needs to be adjustments at how you see time and adjust your boundaries so that you can meet your goal. Does that make sense? Y'all quiet on me? Wake up. Where y'all at? Follow-ups, yep. So Bay, she said follow-ups. Kristen said knock the 100 up between 7 and 10. Do you need to add 50 to the 100? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're getting here and you don't see things working and happening, you're going to have to, absolutely, you're going to have to, number one, you need to work on maybe some more follow-ups, maybe people that have not responded to you. You may need to do a second follow-up, or just, hey, just wanted to catch up, or whatever. Because you're on the home stretch. I put 20th here. Of course, I should have put 19th, because some of y'all will be like, oh, well, I could just start back the next day. No, you probably need to start back on the 19th if you ain't got to where you need to be. Okay. So 19th, 20th, over to the 31st, you need to adjust accordingly. Okay. Follow-ups. You need to Definitely follow-ups, possibly old clients, look at some cash, what do they call it, cash injectors, um, you need to do something. You need to do something. Amen, somebody. Revenue generating activities every single day keeps poverty away. Every month, there's a goal. Every week, there's a goal. So this is why I don't subscribe to a whole bunch of stuff that people teach out there. Like, I believe in longevity. I believe in sustainability. I believe in creating a business that actually loves you back and that you feel like really like you believe in it. And so this is what I do, and this is what I help my clients to accomplish. I want you to get bold, and I want you to stop making excuses, and I want you to have a life that you don't need a vacation from, but it's going to take work for you to get there. And if you don't achieve your goals, you need to adjust your revenue generating activities accordingly. Your activities provide a story. Your calendar tells a story. The money that you generate every single month in your business is a byproduct of the value that you have for your own life. If you're not making, creating, generating, closing more sales, more money in your business, how do you value the quality of your own life? Hmm? Hmm? Don't you know that that's correlated? The amount of money that you make in your business or make, period, is a direct reflection of how you value the quality of your life. Did you know that's the same? It's on the same page. I don't care how much you say you love yourself. Self-care is making money, especially for women. Like, I don't understand how you can be feminine and broke. That doesn't make any sense to me. You cannot be feminine and not have any money. That's the biggest lie ever told. You want the soft life, but you're not willing to work for that. That the soft life has to be earned. It has to be earned. So if you are not actively working in your business or learning how to get your business game up, how to build your business, I don't know if the quality of life is important to you, if it's priority. I'm just saying. These are all going to get you to the desire. Okay. Coming to the matriarch, right? Coming to the matriarch. Also, we also have the digital lead her writing system. Okay. It helps you to generate leads with content. Get the 2024 business bundle, but the matriarch is the best bet. That way you get to work with me personally and individually as well. But you gotta be ready to work, y'all. Like you can't not like you gotta be ready to work. I'm just telling you. Some women just completely forego that and they don't think I'm kidding when I say that. You gotta work. You gotta work. All right. That's all I have for today. I hope that this brought value to you. I pray that it did. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And but definitely DM me the word matriarch if you are interested in joining us. You would start immediately. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Bye.